And we're live. So today's video is basically going to be a live from 631 update. And if you can't see me, no worries. I'm going to be entering through the right side of your screen in just a moment. But I'm going to be getting into where I'm going to be traveling to at the end of October, a trip that I'm extremely excited for many reasons that I'll get to in a minute. Also, just filling you in on Live from 631 as a business, letting you know what I've been working on in the last few months and what I plan to be working on in the future. And I'm all gonna be doing this while doing something that we all have a very hard time doing. And that's filming ourselves out in public. Why is it that we have a hard time doing this? Well, I think the answer is kind of easy. It's obvious. We're very insecure. And I get it, don't get me wrong, please believe me, I understand why we feel this way, why it makes us feel uneasy to have other people look at us recording ourselves. But what I like to ask people is one simple question, and that's, who really gives a fuck? Because at the end of the day, nobody really cares. So what I'm saying is, think about how big your ego has to be to think that other people really care about what you do. Why do you think that you matter so much that when you're filming yourself out in public, everybody's staring at you? How do you know people are not just walking past you, not paying you any mind? Who knows? Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe you should keep the mindset that everyone's staring at you, caring about what you're doing, caring about what you say, how you look. And the more you have this mindset, the further it is that you're just keeping yourself from reaching your goals. Because ultimately what you want to do is just create shit. That's what you want to do. You want to get your visions in your head out to the world. But when it comes to actually creating, you overthink things. How do I look? How do I sound? Are people looking at me? Come on now. Maybe you're right, but I have a different perspective of that. I don't think I matter that much to other people. I don't think people are paying me any mind. So I continue to create what I want to create. And granted, I get insecure sometimes as well. I understand it. But I'm not gonna stop myself from reaching my goals because I think everyone's worried about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Then
Did he just walk past me? Him too. They're not paying me any mind. But maybe you're right. What do I know? Listen, I mean it when I say that I'm no different than you. Who knows? Who knows if I even put this video out? Who knows how many takes I did just to create this video? Because I was too much in my head. I was too worried about what other people were doing around me while I was recording this. I just want to have a conversation. Ultimately, I don't even care if anyone watches this. I'm just trying to make these videos in a way to talk to myself and psych myself out. So inconsiderate. But like I said, our insecurities, our egos will stop us from doing so much of what we want to accomplish. And the later you realize this, the more you'll regret it. But I don't want to make this too long-winded. We'll shut this off because, one, I talk a lot, and two, I really care more about this bowl of Chipotle than helping out someone who isn't gonna take my advice anyways. What was this video supposed to be about in the first place? Yes. So back to the focus of this video. This video is supposed to be about me traveling. That's what you want to hear. Also a lot from 631 Update. So you can disregard everything I just said. If it doesn't apply to you, then you're doing great. However, if it hit you or struck a nerve or impacted you in any way, shape, or form, apply it to yourself, get out there, and you know what you're supposed to do. Now, the last few months, I've changed my focus from being a creative and more so on being a business. To some of you, that may sound bad. To some of you, that may sound good. Now, let me explain why I did this. As a creative, there's a lot of bad philosophies or a flawed mentality that we have in the way that we conduct business. And some of us don't even conduct business at all. We just create. And at a point, we feel burnout because we didn't set a foundation for ourselves. We don't know what your mission is, what your vision is, what your purpose is, what is your content pillars. You have scattered brain. You want to do so much, and that's beautiful. However, we want this to be profitable. You want this to be sustainable. And if you don't focus on making that a priority, you're going to feel burnout. And then this is when you get frustrated and then you're complaining about a bunch of things that is essentially your fault. And I see it all the time. So I can now continue being a creative, and I can not only feel more confident in creating this type of content for myself, but providing value to my clients that I work with and also to my audience, the people who are watching. Now, for where I'm traveling to, I am going down to Mexico City. I never really get excited before trips. Don't ask me why. I know that may sound crazy to some people. However, this trip I'm extremely excited for. And the reason being is because, one, I'm getting back into, filming, creating videos, something that I've wanted to do for a while. Also, I'm going down for a holiday called Day of the Dead. And this is part of a big project that I'm working on down there. And I won't get into too much details. However, it's important for me to go down there and work on this project during this time, because it will help me ultimately do what I want to do more, which is tell more stories. Especially now in the travel community, I'm seeing a lot of people with the content that we create. It's, you're bringing value to people. However, it's a lot of rotating the same type of content. How much money to save here, or tips and tricks on how to travel, which is great. However, I want to see more stories being told. You're traveling to these beautiful countries, meeting, beautiful people with different backgrounds of not only you, but your followers. And I'm not seeing many stories being told. Those of you know, I'm very big on branding, and there's no better way to build a brand than to tell stories, whether that's about yourself or the people that you're meeting in these locations. So I'm excited to go down to Mexico City and tell a very, very important story. So that's my challenge to you. How can you tell more stories, and will you? Put it out there and just see what you can do. And that's basically all. I'm excited for this trip. Once again, I'm gonna get back to creating the video that you're watching right now. Got a lot of editing to do. And that's all. Peace.